was like one of my possibilities that I was thinking. Also, just really like the cinematic finish for Gogeta Blue and Gogeta 4. But the thing was is that with Gogeta 4, I was really thinking about if it was a possibility and there was another update, like for say, you can have like Omega Shinron come in because I'm pretty sure he can like they added Janemba, Omega Shenron seems like it's a possibility.
Mm.
But if not, then he can be introduced into Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, which is perfect because he'll be fresh, new, a new character you can test out, try, and everything else. But yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking on.
So the idea about like the multiple character variants, of course, like I didn't want. So the idea is like to not have it all forced down into like one character because even for Budokai, it'd be too much. It'd be too much for that, right? The idea that I had was that if we had, so like let's say for example, Vegeta, right? So we have two variants of Vegeta. No, three variants of Vegeta. One of them is the yeah. So one of them is just his Super Saiyan 2, and then Super Saiyan 4. No. Wait. Yeah. So that was his variants, right? So base form Super Saiyan 2, and then Super Saiyan 4 in Budokai. And then there's another variant of him where he wait a minute. Did I get it correct? I think he had Super Saiyan 4 and like the other variant and the second variant. The first variant he only had up to Super Saiyan 2. And then the third variant was when he turned into Majin Vegeta, right? So that's kind of
I
the
think so.
yeah, so that was the way that I felt that they would most likely approach the characters. So for example, we'd have a version of base like either little or base form Goku in GT. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for like the little kid GT version because it's just like iconic to Dragon Ball Fighter, like the first Dragon Ball Fighter. So they're going to do that, and then they're going to have him go into what is it, Super Saiyan 4, right? I don't know how the fusions will work. I think best case scenario they most likely yeah I feel like they'd most likely just leave the fusions as just like a separate character, and then like just have like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku as like as like separate variants. And if you wanted to have Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 as like a third member of your team, you can do that. Because I think if they try to do what like Budokai did, where like you have to have like the characters with you to fuse and everything like that, it would look cool for sure. But then you'd be stuck with like only two members of your team, or if possible, just one member, and you'd have to be Go Ichi to be able to make a comeback like that with like a character like that. And the only other way to make that strong of a comeback is if the character's just too strong, and then that would mess up the balancing. So I think they'd most likely put the fusions as like different characters. But overall, again, it's a very long shot, but I can see it possibly happening because a lot of people have been requesting something like that for a while because we have Frieza and Broly and then other characters that have like different variants when they do either like a super or or Frieza's just I'm pretty sure Frieza's just able to turn into Golden Frieza, right? He doesn't need to do a special or anything like that.
Um, to answer your question, and I'll also say something that's also on my mind too.
Yeah, go
That
ahead.
that kind of brings it away from like fighters.
Mm.
So you have like Frieza, right? Frieza, like he has like his variant where he can go into, or not a variant, but he has like a transformation. And yes, of course, it's his Golden Frieza. He gets like basically like a little amp boost. He can use like a little bit more of like power and all that other stuff. Just a little bit. It's just like a little like peak. But the thing is that if you do add in characters who are able to like transform, it doesn't really it doesn't make it into a Dragon Ball Fighters game anymore. It turns it into like a Xenoverse type game
Mm-hmm.
because Xenoverse type Xenoverse was the first game that introduced. I don't think it was the first game that introduced, but it was the first, like in my opinion, like introduces character transformation where you can turn like what is it? I think it's just possibly just for your character, but also like for like other like characters. But like for your character, you can go into like Saiyan, Mystic, Super Saiyan, Saiyan 2, Saiyan 3. I don't know about Saiyan 4. I'm pretty sure there's no Saiyan 4, but you can turn into Super Saiyan Blue and like further on with all these other races and all that. But like the thing is that if you take that and you implement it into a 2 point or a 2D game, it doesn't like I think for me it doesn't like bring out the originality of what Fighter was. It brings it into and just like puts it together with Xenoverse. So in my opinion, it's just like, if you do have that, and yeah, of course it's a long shot, but I think with that, I think pretty sure the Dragon Ball community yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters community, they're gonna be like, well, this isn't like something that we kind of expected, because we expected there to be characters where you can like choose fight. I know that there's different variants, but then if you make them transform, it wouldn't really make too much sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's basically how I see it. Because if you bring in characters that transform, and you have like different versions of Gogeta, and like possibly in the future, I'm pretty sure there's like a different version of Vegito. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring in like Xeno Vegito from the Dragon Ball Heroes, possibly. But like, I think with that, it just, if you single them out and you put like them with transformations, because all these other different variants of them in fighters is that they had a different style, like Goku Blue being able to use the 1 inch punch, the instant transmission kick, and his like Kamehameha, and his Kaioken Blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you mix that, and then if you put that together with base Goku, and he's able to transform to that, then that's not base Goku anymore. That's just Goku. Like, for me, it doesn't bring it into the, like, in a sense of like fighters. But yeah,
Yeah, I see your point, which which is what is it? Yeah, which is why I said it's a long shot, because the requests of everybody and even me was it now that I'm looking into like how the fight style will look like. I think, yeah, rethinking everything, it would definitely ruin the game for the most part, and like it wouldn't be fighters anymore, because then like you could just transform and stop somebody's like attack. Because in Budokai, if you were I think in Budokai, if you just transformed, you were in a good position, or maybe you just got attacked. I don't know, but like you could transform and you'd be in a fine position, and then still be able to fight. But looking into it, yeah, it wouldn't be a fighting. It wouldn't be a Dragon Ball Fighters. It'd be a Budokai Fighters kind of game. Really looking into it, but uh, it, with a topic like this, it's hard to like think about how a game in the future would run based off of a variant that like we've been used to for so long. Now thinking about it, is it really worth having a transformation feature for all the characters? So now maybe we could probably just stick it to maybe a few characters, and in a sense, because then like there would create a uniqueness, but not anything like a crazy that would break the game, or that you would have to like play around differently. Because when we played and you turned into your golden Frieza, I didn't think I'd have to like re-strategize anything. I think I was in a good position to be able to just, yeah, I was in a position, like I wasn't in a good or bad position, but I was in a.
Me, Eli's gonna go to Auntie Sternum. Did you want to go or not?
I can stay home.
Okay, then just stay downstairs
Okay.
or you can stay up here, but listen out.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout. But yeah, as I was saying, so playing with you, I didn't think that like Golden Frieza would affect the game too much, to the point where like I'd have to play differently. I think Golden Frieza was just like a variant that just made him stronger. So I was like, okay, I have to be a little more safer then. So thinking about a game that could do all this would be kind of insane, now that I think about it. And it'd be too hard to like catch up to the point where like where like you would play it competitively, and I think a lot of people would just want to go back to Fighters 1 because then it wasn't so complex. But I don't know. People people want things, and like now that we're critically thinking about it's where it's where we think about possibilities and solutions, and now we're just kind of, well, I'm stuck now. I'm stuck now thinking about, okay, is it really a good idea after all, you know? So maybe I think the best
Well,
solution is to just put it with a few characters, like for example GT Goku turning into Super Saiyan 4. I wouldn't mind that, um, because he's able to do that with his level 3. But then again, long shot for a few characters. But yeah, go ahead.
for Dragon Ball Fighters, they already have like an implementation of how they did a little bit of like transformations. Like yeah, as you said, they had GT Goku who turns into Goku 4, and yeah, with his level 3, and then you also have what is it? You can have Broly, as in the game. You already have Broly who has like after he uses one of his level 3s, I think much of a Broly main, but he loses his armor. So I guess in a sense it's like transformation. I don't know too much, but there. And then you have Golden Frieza, which is like a transformation that boosts your, I think, key blasts a little bit. Yeah, like key damage. And then you also have Mystic or Adult Gohan, who uses his Mystic form, and then it just does a shit ton of damage. Which I think these are pretty fine. Like I think with just like minor changes, like a little bit of transformation, then it makes sense. Like it makes sense. But I think if you transformed into a different character, then I think that's when the problem happens.